Okay, so this might be a little bit of a niche use case for Tableau, but I did figure out how to map a date field to the horoscope sign. So I wanted to share that here. Ultimately, I was able to get this radial chart out of it. And it's not as simple as just taking December, the month of the year or month of the date. It actually involves a few calculated fields. So over here, I have just the horoscopes, the zodiac sign calculated fields that I did to do this, and I'll explain here how I did it. So here we have the original CSV file for US births 1994 to 2014. As you can see, it's actually, there's no date field on here, no complete date field anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and create that before we get started here, because usually with data, you're going to have a full date field. And if not, you can just do this shortcut to do that. So I'm going to put full date as my name, and we are going to make this a make date, and we're going to use year, month, and date of month. So we've got year, month, date of month. I'm not going to worry about day of the week. So we'll hit apply, and now we have the full date. So then our next calculated field is going to be, I'm just going to do it over here. What we want to find is the length of the date or the length of the month number. And the reason why is it'll be very obvious later on in the process why I did this way. But I'll just go ahead and do it and then explain a little bit later why I'm doing it this way. So month digit, and we're going to use the length function here, and it's going to find the length of a string. I'm automatically converting it into a string, and there's also a reason for that. I've tried to do this many different methods, and this seems to be the easiest one. So I'll do that for month digit length, and then locate a new one for the day digit length. And we'll find that one, full date, perfect. And so this is just finding the day of the full date, which is usually what you would have in your data set, converting it to a string, finding the length of that string, and then converting that number into a string. So we've got the day, and then we're going to do another one for, this is going to look for whether the two previous calculated fields are either 1 digit or 2 digit. And if it's 1 digit, it's going to add a 0 in front of the digit. And if it's not, or if it's 2 digits, then it's not going to add a 0 in front of the digit. And that way, when you go to create your groups, it's actually sorting correctly, and it's way easier. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll do, we'll say add 0 to the day, and I'm doing this a little bit out of order, but that's okay. So I'll do this. I got to rename this because that's what it was named in my previous one. So this is the day digit length. And so if the day digit length equals 1, then get this little hyphen in here, and you'll see why in a sec. 0, else we'll just put the hyphen. And then we'll hit apply and hit OK. And now we need to do the same thing for the month one. So I can just duplicate this one, go into edit, delete. Let's see, let's just do month here. Should be good. And then we'll do month here, press OK. And so now we got to do the actual finding of the month and date string in a really sortable format. So what we're going to do is do this long calculation. So I'm actually just going to delete this because it's not going to actually work very well. So we're going to take add month plus the string of month full date plus add day plus the string of the date part. And I'm doing these two different ways. It doesn't really matter which way you do it, but I just ended up doing it this way. So for the date, I did date part, and for this one, I did just the month of full date. It doesn't really matter. So we've got that. So we're going to name this month and date, and we're going to hit OK. And now comes the fun and sort of manual part. We're going to create a group out of this. So the reason why we did all this extra work instead of just creating a group from the month and day digit is because when I originally did this, all my January 1st, and then it went January 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15, up to 19, and then it went to the 20s, and then it did the 30 or 31, and then it went back to 1, 2. So it went back to January 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. So they were out of order, and it was really frustrating. So I'm going to go ahead and group all these into my zodiac signs, which I have here in this other document I'm looking at on my other screen. And I will just speed this process up. All right, now we have our zodiac sign. The process for making that radial chart is a whole another thing, but I did just want to show you guys how I did this. So we're gonna go ahead and put births on text. See, I don't have any nulls, which is really great. You can also test this by adding full date here. I'm going to change it to a measure of minimum. And then we're going to add the maximum full date here too. And I can check with my, so this data set goes from 1994 to 2014. So you can just ignore the year. But looking at the January 20th through February 18th, that is what the Aquarius sign is. And so the only one that's going to look really weird is Capricorn because it crosses the January 1st line. So it's going to look like it's encompassing the whole year, but it's not. So it's going up until let's see, goes to January 19th, and then it circles back around in December from December 22nd through the end of the year. So it's actually December 22nd through January 19th. But because of the way that Tableau thinks of minimum and maximum for dates, that's why it looks like it's encompassing the whole year. But yeah, so I hope that was helpful. I really curious how people use this. If you do, let me know. Yeah, thanks for watching.